What's up everyone, Alex here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how to overcome negative emotions, how to pierce through those uncomfortable feelings and arrive at peace the other side. Pay close attention till the very end of this video so you can get all the information you need to put it into practice and see the results. Just a very quick announcement before we get straight into it. A few more slots have opened up for the free one-to-one with me to see if you would be a good fit for the Consciousness Revolution program. Go to speaktoalex.com or wait till the end of the video for more details. Now, just a caveat before I give you this simple solution. Obviously, other things can help with the release of negative emotions, perhaps some emotional release through some kind of talking therapy or plant medicine or whatever would work for you might be appropriate, or if you've experienced some serious trauma, perhaps some PTSD treatment or something like that. There are many ways in which we can help to release these negative emotions, this pain body within us. But saying that, there is this super simple, direct path to piercing through many negative emotions and get into that peace and happiness on the other side. And this is what I'm going to be showing you. So there's two simple paths that you can take with this, and they both really land up in the same place if you follow the paths till their end. The first one is to be with the feeling or feelings prior to your thoughts about them. To be with the feelings prior to your thoughts about them. Now, what does that mean? To fully understand this, you have to see what these negative emotions are really made of. They're made of these sensations in the body, perhaps dominated by one particular sensation, with these corresponding thoughts in the mind. So perhaps it's disappointment. There's this kind of uncomfortable, kind of yucky, sour feeling in the body, and this corresponding thought in the mind. Some story around disappointment, some story around being let down. So what you do is you move your attention from the thoughts about your life situation that correspond with this negative emotion to the raw feeling itself. The raw feeling in the body. It's not a thought, it's a physical sensation. And perhaps at first it doesn't feel comfortable to really be with that and sit with that. But as you just bring your attention down onto the raw feeling and be with it long enough besides the thoughts about it, the feeling actually usually turns out to be quite neutral. It's just a sensation. It might not be the most desirable sensation ever, but you're just able to be with it and allow it to exist within the space that you are. And you can even go deep into it, to become intimate with the feeling, to let it wash all over you. And so you see, this is the essence of facing your emotions. Really becoming one with that feeling and allowing it to be before this thought that it's unwelcome in some kind of way. To be besides the thoughts that tell a negative story about your life situation, or are ruminating on the past in some kind of way, looking back in dismay or disappointment. You're just there with this sensation. And it was Eckhart Tolle that said, pain body is dissolved by the light of your awareness. This is what we're doing here. We're putting the light of our awareness onto this pain body, whether it be mild discomfort or intense fear. It's manifestations of the same dysfunction. Now, what can happen initially is it can appear as if these thoughts, this story narrative, is sucking your attention back in, and you disappear down a thought rabbit hole into a conceptual landscape about your life, which veils the reality that's right in front of you. But just forgive yourself when that happens. Just remember to move your attention back to the feeling and really be with that. Just do it gently with forgiveness. Don't make this an exercise that you're trying to force. Don't make this into some kind of practice that you think is going to be really effortful. Realize that it doesn't take any effort just to move your attention onto the feeling. It's simply breaking that habit of having your attention zoom down onto the negative story. It's a renunciation of that practice and a relaxing of the attention away from that and on to the sensations. And through this process, you gradually start to peel back those onion layers of feelings. Sometimes there's a few different layers to peel through before this transparency is exposed. But just know that if you stick at this for long enough, it will pass. Have you ever had a feeling that's lasted forever? No, you haven't. It passed at some point. So know that these sensations are transitory. Know that they're a calling to be present with the feeling, to deepen presence within you, which will liberate you from suffering. Now, the other approach is to go to the source of the feeling, to relax the attention back onto its source, to realize that you have these feelings, these sensations in the body which are known, but that you are the knower of them. That there is a deep I that experiences them. That you are the awareness in which these sensations appear, and to become aware of yourself as that awareness, to become the space that these sensations arise within. Do you see? It's a relaxing back. It's a zooming out, gently zooming out and realizing you're this space which experience is kind of contained within. You're this awareness which gives life to this dance of form, to recognize yourself as this awareness. And notice that this awareness is inherently still and peaceful. It's like, imagine you have a movie, you have the content of the movie, and then you have the screen, the medium, as it were, that allows the movie to become into being. But whatever happens in the movie never affects the screen. All this content of experience, which includes these sensations, these feelings, is the content of awareness, but cannot inherently harm the awareness that you essentially are. See, that's who you are, this awareness. And coming back to that, as you realize yourself as this formless substance in which the form appears, and knowing that the form cannot harm what you essentially are, just as the objects in a room cannot harm the space of the room. So be that space, be the awareness that you essentially are. And you're allowing these sensations to exist within you, without resistance. If there are thoughts that say this is unwelcome, if there are these negative stories coming up, yes, maybe sometimes your attention gets contracted down onto them for a bit, and then you wait, come back out, be the space, be the awareness. That's what you essentially are. Again, it's not a practice. It's a renunciation of that practice of disappearing into the thoughts and ruminating and over-analyzing and overthinking and worrying and attaching your self-worth to a negative self-image, an image in the mind that says, I'm not doing well enough, or my life isn't good enough, or I'm missing something. It's some story of lack, some non-acceptance of what is. You're stepping out of that continuous practice into the spaciousness that all of that exists within. This is the essence of becoming conscious. This is the essence of spirituality and meditation. This is what it promises to be. This spirituality is supposed to be a liberation from this suffering. And these are really the direct paths to piercing through that suffering to what you essentially are, which is inherently peaceful and happy, devoid of this desire, this excessive desire, which gives rise to the feeling of lack, which produces so much of our suffering, you see? So perhaps you can see now that the two paths lead to a similar place, in the sense that you become one with the feelings, the sensations, becoming intimate with your experience prior to your thoughts about the experience, and dissolving your negative emotions through that awareness of what you essentially are, the spaciousness, the awareness that gives life to what you're aware of. What you're aware of is inherently transitory and temporary, so it can't be what you essentially are. It can't be essential to you, because otherwise, when it goes, you'd go. But when it goes, you stay here. A thought changes. A feeling changes. It arises and it disappears. But you don't disappear with it. You're here, aware of it. That's your essential self. Realize yourself as that, and then make your home there. So with that being said, if you want to go deeper on this, if you don't want to miss out on the opportunity to coach one-on-one with me, because enrollments are filling up. I've had a lot of enrollments recently and I'm running out of time. So if you want to coach with me to overcome low self-esteem, low confidence, low self-worth that's holding you back from really manifesting your dream life here, really having a service-based, contribution-based mission in the world that really lights you up. If you want to be doing that and not getting stuck in the muddiness of all the sticky thoughts and stories and move deeper into this awareness, head over to speaktoalex.com, book a time for us to speak. If not, then just like and subscribe, or get the word out there, tell other people about this stuff so we can all learn from each other and grow, because people deserve to hear it and have access. Peace.